why I need my joystick car mount. I don't have to stick nothing in no cup holder or whatever. But something that I just thought about, everybody, as soon as I arrange this. So something I just thought about, wanted to share with you guys, the importance of understanding ancestral patterns in your relationship. And so what do I mean by ancestral patterns? AKA also known as generational curse. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to take a moment and I want you to think about your family, just your side of the family, your lineage. And I want you to look at, so if you're a man, right, look at your father and your grandfather and your uncles and maybe even your aunties as well. And if you're a woman, I want you to take a look at your mother and your grandmother and of course your aunties, maybe even, maybe your uncles, whatever case. Bottom line is this: if you look down your family lineage, you will notice a pattern. Okay, because everybody loves to. What kind of car is that? It is a camouflage, only on 20. Lord have mercy. So everybody likes to, when they got their kids, say, "Oh well, little Johnny got a cute nose because of me," or their eyes or hair or whatever, or they smart, because of me. But very few people like to look at the ancestral patterns that exist. Okay, and so the bad stuff. Okay, so if you look down your family line, this is nothing against anybody who has run into this situation of anything that I'm about to say. I just want to give examples because let me tell you something. Every single person has a generational curse inside of their family. So it could be divorce. It could be, people chronic of going to jail. It could be poverty. It could be domestic violence, verbal and or physical. Of course, we have alcoholism. We have, a load of different things that, different patterns that you might have some people who have challenges getting married. You might have some people that are challenges or with keeping a specific spouse or whatever, whether a wife or a husband, right? You might look at infidelity, right? People or people having outside children or things of that nature, whatever. Look down the generation, right? Go back. This is where I guess those little ancestry things do kind of come in good, because you can really look back and see, why does this keep happening in my family? Okay, and you have to learn to attack that early so that you can pass on to your children, because 9 times out of 10, not only are you going to do it, but then your children are as well. Raise his hand as I figured out too late what my ancestral pattern was. Same thing happened for my wife as well. So, and so what we try to do is make sure that we tell our kids, hey, listen, this is something that can happen. So we want to make sure that you recognize that. All right. So I want you during this time while we quarantine or whatever, take some time and really look down your lineage and see, what pattern are you constantly seeing, and kind of cut that off, and begin to gain some knowledge of how to sift through that. Because if not, hey, if you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it type situation. That doesn't just happen for some cultural things that sometimes people hear and talk about here in society. That also happens inside of the patterns of the ancestral patterns inside of your lineage. So take a look at that, please. Educate yourself on it, and make sure you pass that on to your children as well, so that we're not passing on some of these same things. All right, y'all take care. Of course, you can follow me on Understanding a Man on Facebook and Elam B. King on Instagram.